Hey, what's up? It's Vince Leo from vinceleo.com, and today I'm hanging out with my good friend Debi Chu.
Hi.
Now, Debi, you have an interesting story of why you made the decision to start going plant-based and going vegan and incorporating that into your meals and your life.
Right.
And it's something that's near and dear to my heart. So do you mind sharing your story of what you went through and why you made the decisions that you did?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was about 2008. I got diagnosed with celiac, and so I had to go gluten-free. And then a few years later, I had vitiligo, which is a skin condition, and just started getting more into nutrition, and that just led me to a vegan diet. I needed to keep inflammation to a minimum in my body, and a plant-based diet was the best way to go.
Now, how did you know that you had celiac? Like, what were the symptoms that you were experiencing, in case somebody's experiencing those symptoms and they not know? Because I was tested for that as well, since I've shared my story about having colitis.
Right.
And sometimes people think maybe you have, they're not sure what you have.
Right.
So what were the symptoms that you had, and the steps that it took you to get to that diagnosis?
Right. At first, I was just anemic. And I went to go give blood, and they said your levels are too low. So I started taking iron, and that just wasn't helping. And after about a year, I found a doctor, and he did a simple blood test, and anything over 10 was positive, and mine came 25.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I was definitely celiac, and just changed my diet, and within 6 months, all my iron was back to normal.
Now, what exactly is celiac?
Celiac is an autoimmune disease, and what it is that your body has an autoimmune response to gluten, which is wheat, rye, and barley. So when you consume those items, your body goes into an autoimmune response and starts attacking itself. And so in celiac, it attacks the cilia in your intestines, and then you can't absorb your nutrients. And there's other symptoms as well. Some people have bloating, stomach pain, and for me it was anemia. So, and some people can have osteoporosis because they're not absorbing their calcium.
Now, what happens, because I know some people that do have this condition, but sometimes they still have gluten. Like, what happens if you do have gluten accidentally? Does it depend what your condition is and how much you have?
Yeah, it depends on how you react to it. For me, I don't have an immediate reaction.
Okay.
And over time, I would have the anemia again. And that's why I stay away from it.
Okay, so you don't have, but if you, say you were out to a restaurant and you accidentally had gluten,
right?
How long would it take for you to experience that symptom, and then does that symptom last very long?
If I had like a one-time meal, with a little bit of gluten, I really wouldn't have any problems.
Okay.
But there are some people, they have a teeny bit and they're in excruciating pain.
And then they have to either go to the ER or...
Not necessarily go to the ER, but they're definitely going to be uncomfortable for
Really?
a day or two. Yeah.
So, and then it just waits for that gluten to get processed out of the
Correct.
system, and then
Correct.
you move forward.
Right.
Okay. So somebody goes out and then they feel that it's like, oh, I had gluten and I
Right.
didn't know it.
Right.
So then they just have to wait.
Right.
Wow,
So
interesting.
wait it out, yeah.
Now, why did you go vegan and not just gluten-free?
Right. I just started doing research and just found that processed foods, animal protein, causes inflammation in the body. So I just decided to cut everything out and go vegan.
And how difficult was that?
It was a process, but I didn't find it too difficult.
Difficult. What about with your family? Is your whole family, did your whole family follow you, or are they still kind of there but do their own thing? Because sometimes that's difficult when you make such a drastic change like that.
Right. No, they're still, my husband still eats meat, but he's a lot better than he used to be. But we've kind of all done the journey together, so I'm working on him. But but I just kind of do my own thing, and I bring the food into the house, so they kind of eat what I bring in.
So when you made the switch to go gluten-free and vegan, what was the first gluten-free vegan meal that you tried to make? Do you remember what that was?
There was a couple of them. Okay, the first one was enchiladas.
Wow, you went straight for it.
Yes, because I love Mexican food, and the other one was pizza.
And how did they turn out?
They've turned out pretty good, but they've gotten way better.
I think that happens with all of us.
Yeah.
The more we make something, the better it gets.
I was
the better it tastes.
determined to get it down, but it worked out.
Now, an interesting fact is that you're also a registered nurse.
Right.
So how does that go about when you're talking to patients, and I imagine you get a lot of different conditions that in your mind you're thinking, well, if you eat more plants,
exactly,
they might help
exactly.
you. Like, is that a challenge when they walk in and you're talking to them? Do you ever talk to them about the benefits of going plant-based and incorporating more vegan foods into their meals? How does that go?
Absolutely. I'm in a very unique position because I have people coming in and on the phone where I'm doing health interviews, and they give me their whole history, and I find out they have diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and we talk about diet, and that's my perfect opportunity just to bring up the plant-based, and I give them my story as well, and I recommend books, documentaries, and they're very open to it, I find.
I was gonna ask that. Do you ever get people that are like, no, like I'm not gonna do that, or are they open to change?
They're very open, and I mean, every once in a while you get somebody who's kind of stuck in their ways, but I feel like I'm planting seeds, and they want more information.
Do you ever have somebody come in that's already vegan?
Yes, I have, and I get so excited. That's a little longer talk. We're just blah 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 talking about being vegan. So yeah, that does happen.
Now, the fact that you're a registered nurse and you're affecting all these people and you have different recipes that you're making for your family, you've actually started your own YouTube channel.
Right, yeah.
Called
Chew on Vegan.
Chew on Vegan with Debi Chew. I love that name. And so what exactly do you do on your channel? What types of videos? And what information are you sharing with everybody that's watching?
Right. I give a lot of tips on how to go vegan, how to transition, how to meal plan for the week. All my recipes are gluten-free and vegan and very simple because I'm a full-time nurse. So I'm super busy, which I think most of us are. So things need to be simple, easy, fast, and delicious, of course.
Of course.
Yes, and they're carnivore approved.
Carnivore approved.
Yep.
That's a big one.
Yep.
All right, Debi, so thanks for joining me today and sharing your story and your condition and how you impact people as a nurse.
Thank you.
So I think that's really great. And don't forget to subscribe to her YouTube channel and follow her on all social media. I'll go ahead and link those accounts in the description box below. So leave me a comment and let me know if you know somebody that has celiac or if you have it, and go ahead and share this video and see if it will help them out. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as I post new videos every week, and join the Fit From Food notification squad by clicking on that bell next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. And remember to keep living Fit From Food, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.